Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red 2 Chatter, the podcast about everything Star Wars. I'm your host, Dallin, and I'm here with my two other hosts and brothers, Jay.
Hey guys, how you going?
And Ryan.
Hello, everybody.
And we got some pretty interesting news today.
Yeah, this is episode 10, so it's
Yes.
sort of a, what do they call those things?
Milestone
in our recording,
Yeah.
our short recording history.
Yeah. It's been a fun ride so far. We'll
Yep.
see you at episode 100, guys.
Right.
But we are going to talk about some mainly Han Solo stuff. Han Solo movie stuff. That's where most of the news came.
Right, it's funny because just
This
after we
week.
stopped recording last week, not 5 minutes, I checked my phone, and the
That's how it
report
goes.
come out, whoop, Lord and Miller had been released or had left the Han Solo film. And of course, since then, we've learned more news, or, more updates on that this past week. So
Yeah. So, let's just go to news from around the galaxy. And the first one is, of course, the Han Solo movie loses its two directors, Chris Miller and Phil Lord. They were fired within 3 weeks of remaining in the shoot. And, I mean, I guess we can just say, they were replaced by Ron Howard.
Which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
right. So let's talk a little bit about the reasons for them getting fired that we've read.
Well, they keep. I love how it's always creative differences, and I don't think that's really what it was. I think it was these guys were over their head. They were the filming of this movie was over their heads and beyond their capabilities.
Right. I mean, you look at
their filmology, their
filmography and the things they've done in the past, and 21 Jump Street, Lego Movie.
Mm-hmm.
These are all like slapstick type comedies.
Yeah, and that's not what Star Wars is, and I just think they were out of their depth, out of their realm.
Right. I think and when they probably started shooting, I'm guessing in the beginning it was going okay. And then they just were getting overwhelmed, so they just started reverting to the things that they
knew. Yep.
That made them feel more
the
comfortable.
slapstick comedy improv stuff of the 21 Jump Street kind of stuff, and that's not going to fly in the Star Wars universe.
No,
it just doesn't fit in with the canon. It doesn't fit in with the tone of the movies.
Yeah, it's just not what Star Wars is. It's not a comedy.
Right. And Han Solo was never a comedian. He was
sarcastic
and has some nice quippy moments, and he's witty and that kind of stuff. He had a lot of witty banter and one-liners, but he was never a comedian.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And so I think they just were out of their depth and out of their realm. I mean, they were having problems. I mean, they were shooting with just 3 cameras, and almost nobody does that anymore, except for low-budget comedies, and that kind of stuff. Because that's all you need. You need that, I don't remember
Angles.
when that was actually created. So everybody knew, it was created by Desi Arnaz of all people. When they shot I Love Lucy, he started the 3-camera angle shoots. He was the guy who developed that, which just a little tidbit of trivia out there if you didn't know. But that's in Star Wars, you can't shoot from just 3 angles and get everything you need.
Right, it just makes editing the movie
so difficult.
It's going to be very choppy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you need the different angles so you can smoothly transition. You need, Kathleen Kennedy was expecting them to use 12 to 15.
Yeah.
Because that's what the normal was for other Star Wars movies.
Then you can use those 12 to 15 angles and transition smoothly between, 2 actors talking close, face to face or at a table. You got...
Yeah. And it's also, you also got to remember Star Wars is not just the actors talking to one another. It's the universe. It's what's going on behind you, behind the scenes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all of what you can capture throughout the whole scene. It's not just. I mean, just look at any movie that Star Wars made. Any Star Wars movie. Go to the cantina scene and look at how much stuff is going on in the background.
Right.
If you don't have multiple camera angles, you're not going to catch all that.
Follow Jen Erso and Cassian through Jeddah.
Yeah.
And
you have to.
There's things moving behind them and everywhere.
And with the multiple camera angles, you have the ability to capture all that plus have the ability to, if you have green screens and stuff like that, to bring in the the digitally added stuff. But if you're just using 3 camera angles, that's the kind of stuff you use for a
comedy.
21 Jump Street type of movie.
Yeah.
You just these guys, I think, just I don't know how, if they're. I've never seen 21 Jump Street, and I've never seen whatever the
Lego Batman movie.
Batman thing.
I've seen both. No, not Lego Batman, just the Lego.
Oh, just
movie,
just the
original
Lego movie. He didn't
Yeah,
do
I'm not
Batman
sure
movie?
about the Lego Batman.
Okay,
movie.
so but I just think these guys, they might be great directors, but I think they just were totally out of their realm and didn't know what they how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and weren't sure what was expected of them, and then they just wanted to go and start making their own movie, and I think that's when Lawrence Kasdan and Kathleen Kennedy stepped in and said, "Nope, we can't go on anymore. We're going to have to bring somebody in to do reshoots for the stuff that you guys have already shot." And I don't think they wanted that to happen either.
Yeah,
they want somebody else to come in.
Well, they
direct
flat
the
out.
reshoots.
They flat out. I think that I read somewhere they flat out said, "No, we don't want somebody else coming in and reshooting.
Right. Well, we want to do our
We
own
want to do a reshoots." Well, the problem, and then the other problem they were having, according to some of the stuff I've read, was they were, hey, go ahead and improv these lines, this section, and the guy who wrote this, who's one of the key architects of writing a lot of Han Solo stuff, even back in the 80s,
Right, for
Yeah.
Empire Strikes
For
Back
Empire
and
Strikes
Return
and
of the Jedi.
was saying, no, you can't be just taking what I've written and just throwing it out the window and letting the actors do whatever they want. You need to have them read the lines and do the script. I mean,
And that's
what's the
another
point of a
thing.
script if you're not going to follow it?
Right, well, that's another thing I don't think they understood about the Star Wars filmmaking process is everything has to relate to canon. So the words that Lawrence Kasdan wrote down for the script have to be there in order to advance canon or fill in parts of canon or keep canon in the same direction and the same story.
Yeah, you can't have it conflicting, say, with A New Hope, because he's saying, "Oh, I did this," when no, you actually didn't. You actually won the Millennium Falcon from Lando. You can't go off and say I discovered the or whatever. You can't just have people making up their own stuff, because it's one thing about Star Wars, even though it's very creative and it's also a little bit strict.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of is usually contradictory of one another, but it's not. That's what I love about Star Wars. But
Yeah, it has its own rules that you have to follow. Like, you can't. I mean, if you want to do like a comedy, that's fine. But like, you have to pick the right character to do it with, and Han Solo just isn't the right character. Like,
I just don't think
Han Solo is too important to the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah. And also, I just can't see...
and like slapstick comedy kind of stuff just doesn't fly in the Star Wars universe, really.
Jar Jar Binks is
kind of a good example of it doesn't really work.
Yeah. I mean, in Clone Wars, he's not that bad, but, he's still kind of annoying. And, yeah, just slapstick comedy just wouldn't work for...
And the Han Solo character, it just definitely doesn't work.
No, he's
a sarcastic.
He's kind
of an arrogant kind of, and so can be a little bit of a jerk.
He's kind of got that.
He's not just a goofball.
He's got that more dry humor.
Yeah.
Than up in your face humor. So yeah,
which I think 21 Jump Street was, which was one of these guys'.
Oh, so it's a spoof basically about the TV show. They pretty much spoofed the TV.
buddy cop.
Yeah,
like,
and then they just they were told they need to follow the script, and they just went. They said okay, and they had them read the script, and then they went and shot numerous shots after that of improving stuff and following the script a little bit, and all this stuff with the camera angles and everything, it just all came to a head. Yeah. And eventually it was just like, hey guys, you know what? We're just gonna have to. There's just too many issues here. We have to let you go.
I will give them credit where credit is due. From what I hear, apparently they've been really, really, really supportive towards Ron Howard and really elegant about being let go. They haven't,
No, they haven't trashed.
Nope.
they haven't trashed anyone.
Lucasfilms or Kathleen Kennedy or
It
Nothing.
seems
or
like
the
they
writers.
seems like they perfectly understood.
I mean,
In
there was
fact, they didn't go on Twitter and just start airing all their grievances or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
The only thing I've seen on Twitter is, I guess, Chris Miller was getting a lot of tweets, and he just 2 words: situation normal. So they're just moving on to other projects.
Yeah.
They're,
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I give them
and
huge
you
props
even
for not.
even read that
doing
even
that.
other people that were associated with the film were complaining about it's
just the direction
the
it's
direction
going.
that was going wasn't the way it was supposed to go. So
Right.
they just had to cut ties with these guys. I'm wondering how much they're going to have to reshoot. I'm wondering if it's actually going to be just a full on total
Apparently,
reboot.
Ron Howard
reshoot.
said that a lot of the footage where they were reading the script, he said that it was usable.
Yeah.
He did say it was usable.
see.
So, I mean,
I just wonder how much. I mean, if it's only 20% usable, though, you might as well just go back and start from scratch and reshoot.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
it'll really depend. And that sort of brings up to our next topic. What do we think about Ron Howard taking over as director of the Han Solo movie?
I think it's a great choice.
I mean, what I understand, he was slated to do the reshoots anyway
Yeah.
of this movie. And
Right. It seems
So-
that was sort of what was happening, is he was going to be brought on to do the reshoots, and they just let the other 2 guys go. So they're like, well, you're just
Just
directing.
the whole thing now.
You're basically just going to finish up these next 3 weeks of principal photography and
And he's a brilliant director. So I mean, and he's got history with Lucas, maybe not Lucasfilms, but he has history with George Lucas.
right. He was in his first film.
He was in
American Graffiti.
second film.
Well, I
His
guess
first film was it THX? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's THX. Yeah, he was in American Graffiti.
So him and George Lucas have a history, and so I'm sure that might have been a little bit of how they got Ron Howard to actually do it. To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Right, well, Ron Howard's a pretty big Star Wars fan himself, so
Yeah, that's true, and
he understands the
yeah.
universe and.
Yeah, and I'm sure his kids grew up on Star Wars. And,
Right. I think he understands as a director that, yes, he's going to have to go with Lawrence Kasdan's script, so he's just going to direct the best movie he can, utilizing the script.
Yeah, and I think that's where he's going to go with it. And I mean, you watch, you look at some of his other films. I think he's a great director. A Beautiful Mind, one of the best. It was one of
Really
the
good movie.
really great film.
Right.
I mean, Backdraft, excellent film. I mean, he's everybody knows Ron Howard.
Yeah, he's
and
Academy
everybody knows
Award
he's
winning
good at what he does. So
director. So.
I have no problems with him coming in and cleaning this what right now looks like a mess up and trying to get it out. I'm just wondering if they're not going to have to push back the date into December though instead of in the summer of 2018.
Right. I think it'll depend on how he finishes up the last 3 weeks of shooting.
And how much he can use.
Right. Once they look at all the footage after that, and then they go to the reshoots, how much time he thinks he's going to have for the reshoots.
Yeah.
I think they could still get away with getting it out in May. I mean, May's still 11 months away.
Yeah, it just depends on how
10
much
months
crunch
away.
they want to put into it
Right.
to actually get it done.
Because the majority of the film is in post production. With
that's where
putting on all the sound
sound
effects and all
all
the
that.
visual effects and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what takes a lot of the time
Right.
in a Star Wars movie at
Right.
least.
That's where your major amount of time has to be.
So yeah, well,
But-
and then there's also that thing about having to get an acting coach for the main character, the actor that's playing
for
Han
Alden
Solo.
Ehrenreich.
So I don't think that's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. I mean, I'm hoping this isn't another Hayden Christensen friggin' fiasco, but I don't think I'm guessing no. I mean, this happens in a lot of movies. They bring in acting coaches, and it might just be he needs to learn how to get more of the Harrison Ford mannerisms, even just the actions, the way he moves, the way he his inflections, the way he talks. Yeah. Maybe that's what the whole purpose of bringing in the acting coach is for.
Yeah.
It may not have anything to do with his ability to act. It might have to be to do with trying to get the character more Han Solo or more Harrison Ford-esque.
I wonder if
you don't know.
I wonder if Harrison and Alden have have communicated at all.
It'd be nice if they have and actually talk to one another.
Right.
Because I know
Yeah, I
that
don't
Donald
know.
Glover and Billy D. Williams
Right.
have communicated.
Right, and they had
Um,
there's pictures of them two having lunch together.
Yeah.
So he could pick his brain.
Sort of talked about it. I don't know that Alden Ehrenreich has spent time with Han Solo. I would imagine that they
Han
have.
Solo.
Yeah, well,
Harrison Ford is Han Solo.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
and that's the biggest obstacle Alden Ehrenreich has with this entire movie.
Same with
Yeah,
Donald
no matter
Glover.
how well he does.
Right, no matter how well he does.
Same with Donald
There's
Glover as Lando.
Yeah,
Like,
there's gonna be that's probably gonna be my problem with the movie at the first time I watch it. It's not Hans. That's not Harrison Ford. That's not.
Right.
That's not
Billy D.
Lando.
Williams.
That's not Lando Calrissian.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be like, a little bit even more. It's gonna be the Rogue One all over when you see Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah. It's gonna be a bit
Two different situations, but it's sort of going to take you out of the movie.
It's going to take you out of that movie, at least at the very beginning, because it's just going to... I mean, at least I know going in, though, I'm expecting there to be a different person, a different actor, of course. You can't de-age Han Solo
Yeah,
or
that
Harrison
technology
Ford
isn't quite
there yet.
Yeah.
So, it's just...
It's pretty good, but it's not quite there yet.
But I'm going to...
Not for an entire movie.
No.
No.
So, I'm just hoping that
I really
that
think
Ron Howard can...
that
clean
it's... Well, I mean, you look at comedies like Lord and Miller were doing, 21 Jump Street, you don't need to pull a lot of, like, emotion and, like, real character out of those people. They just need to, like, be there and say their lines and be funny.
Funny, yeah. Yeah.
So I think maybe it's more of, like... Alden just wasn't getting real good direction.
Yeah, that might be a lot of
the
it. Because he wasn't
directors.
getting any direction. He might have
Right.
just been like, "Yeah, that's good enough. We can go on to this instead of." And then Ron Howard though can bring out the actor.
Yeah, I think
in
Ron
someone.
Howard needs to have to a sit down with Alden and just
even-
really discuss it.
I'm sure they will. I mean,
Because even
Probably
with,
already have.
even with like A Beautiful Mind, in my opinion, even when that movie was made, Russell Crowe wasn't the greatest actor. Wasn't a real great actor.
No.
I mean, he had done Virtuosity, and he had done Gladiator.
I mean,
I think so.
Good.
And Gladiator was a good movie. He did a good job in that, but he wasn't. He didn't. He was more action.
Right.
Where A Beautiful Mind was acting,
Right.
Yeah.
pure
yeah.
acting, and he should have won a freaking Oscar for that instead of Denzel Washington. Because Denzel Washington wasn't even the main character in that movie. Friggin' Training Day. It was Ethan Hawke.
Right.
If you're going to give it to somebody for that movie, you should have given
Russell Crowe.
Russell
Crowe should have friggin' won. The
He
Oscar.
should have won that year.
He should have won that year.
But
That's something else. But yeah, so I think Ron Howard can definitely pull more out of
all
him
Derek Craig
than the other,
and all of them.
Yeah, than Miller and Lord ever could, just because that's not what they do. That's not their. That's not their genre.
That's not their style.
That's not their. I just don't think it's their ability. They're just not the act. Well, they're not the
they're
director.
young, and they're really
very
young guys,
Yeah, they're
too,
not
so-
the director Ron Howard is, who's been directing for probably
Right.
40 years.
Right. They
Yeah,
don't have
no-
all the experience.
No flack towards the two of them. It's just
No,
different
they're-
directing styles.
Yeah.
They're going to go on and make great movies. I bet.
Oh, yeah,
Back in,
I'm sure.
their genre that they're.
I'm sure they'll
comfortable
have
with.
pretty good careers.
Yep.
So I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm happy about Ron Howard though.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty stoked about that. I think he can make a really, really good Han Solo movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited.
Yeah, that makes me even more excited. Because
Right.
when they were first, it was like, who are these guys that are directing it? Who are the actors? Now it's got Ron Howard attached to it. I don't want to get my expectations too high, so I'm disappointed.
Right.
But I think it's going to be a really good... It's going to be along the lines of a Rogue One. Really, really solid, good movie.
Yeah.
Right. It's kind of has to be now.
Yeah.
I mean,
If
flop.
it flops, then the whole Star Wars everything is... just talking
I don't
about
think
this.
it's in
though.
trouble.
No, just talking about this though. I was watching. I'm not going to say the news channel, but I was watching a news program, and this came up. They let go of the directors and Ron Howard, and the guy who was hosting the show is like, "Do you think this is a tired out old freaking
Franchise?
and it's on its last leg?" Like, what kind of man? You are so out of touch.
right. What
And then
rock are you on?
the other two idiots that were on the show agreed with him that maybe that's what's happening here. And so I went and I looked up how much Force Awakens made. $2 billion in friggin' box office. That's not and
That's the second highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah, it's a tired franchise. It's on its last legs. And then I looked at Rogue One, $1 billion for a story that's not even a part of the legend or the saga. Skywalker, none of those people are in it. It's just a standalone.
No Jedi were in it.
Yeah, there's no Jedi.
There was Darth
Vader. There's a Sith Lord. But there's and he was barely in it. Yeah, it was just a Star Wars story, and it made $1 billion at the box office. And then I looked up. So then I was like, okay, I was about ready to write an email just to crush this fool, and but I didn't. Then
you should have.
Yeah, I should have. If I had Twitter or something like that, which I don't do social media, I would have freaking, because he has this Twitter thing. I would have just
tweeted at him. Yeah,
I would have tweeted a nice, strongly worded message. But then I went and I'm like, oh, it's a tired franchise and it's on its last leg. So I went and looked how much friggin' just toy sales were for the last 2 years, the 2015 and 2016, and $700 million in 2015, $780 million in 2016 in just toy sales.
Yeah,
that's not T-shirts. That's not everything else that comes with Star Wars.
Just action figure toys and
it's
Lego sets.
Yeah, it's a dying franchise. And then not that, but just how many people they friggin'. We went to Star Wars Celebration, how many children we saw. We went and saw Force Awakens, how many kids you saw there, and girls. They grabbed that with Rogue One, that audience with Rogue One, and with, there was a lot of them already there, but they grabbed young girls and young boys and friggin' dragged them into, it's a dying frame.
Yeah, and
I just wanted to slap the guy. So that's my off topic rant. Well, it wasn't really off topic.
Well, yeah, because I was talking about Han Solo movie still.
So I don't think this Han Solo movie. I bet you no problem making $1 billion.
You did kind of ruin my transition to our next topic, because I was going to say, speaking of our directors, but anyway, Episode 9 director Colin Trevorrow expresses his feelings about not having Carrie Fisher around for the movie and the difficulties it will present. And there's also a few other things we'll go into, but first of all, we'll just talk about the Carrie Fisher thing. The show must go on, but
right, it's going to be a very delicate situation. It has to be a delicate situation. Boy, I just don't know how they're going to feel. Are they going to do something in episode 8? Or are they going to wait till episode 9
to do something?
Or are they going to recast it? They still haven't. I still haven't heard that they're not going to recast it.
They haven't started shooting.
I still think
episode 9 yet.
In my opinion, the only way you're gonna be able to do this is to recast, and I know it's gonna make it's gonna be hard to swallow. But I even think that's what Carrie Fisher might want, because I think she would like to see Princess Leia continue on instead of
right.
So, I don't know, and I understand when he was talking about when he read what he was talking about of how emotional it was on this trying to work their way through this, but that would suck,
right? It's
especially if you were really close.
It's a tough place for a director to be.
It'd be horrible to have to, especially if he has to go in and he has to recast.
Right, not to mention he's getting a lot of flack lately for his recent movie that just came out, and this is a small budget movie, but hasn't been received well by critics. So,
what movie is that?
People are asking, if he should continue. I'll think of it here in a minute. People should continue. If he should be the one to continue the story because of his most recent
movie hasn't been the
greatest. But it was a small budget, didn't get a lot of marketing.
I don't care. I don't care about that too much. In the way of his last film, it's whether or not he's got the directing ability,
the chops.
Yeah, if he's got the chops, then he can. The Star Wars story will pull. Is more important to me than what he's done in his past.
Yeah, and he's stuck in between
Oh, he's in a rock and a hard place.
Yeah,
with,
a rock
with
and a
the,
hard
with the
place.
Carrie
But,
Fisher
but like
issue.
he says, it's an unfortunate reality that we're just going to have to handle. You know.
Yep, so we'll see.
All right, so the movie is called Book of Henry.
Book of Henry.
Book of Henry.
Right.
I've
So
never
heard
seen,
of it.
never heard
You
of
two
it.
guys, Dallin is, does another podcast, and they talk a lot about movies. He hasn't even heard about this movie.
Nope.
It just came out a couple weeks ago. So it was a very, very small, small budget movie,
Yeah.
sort of a passion project for him, and it's got a 23% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I don't care about
So
Rotten
it hasn't
Tomatoes. Those people are
hasn't
idiots.
been received well critically.
Is
And
that the critics?
yeah
Score?
Yeah.
Critics
does-
don't mean squat.
What does the
They're usually
the audience want?
wrong.
Yeah, I don't see that.
They don't have an audience one.
There, tap on them.
I mean, come on, give me a break. There's some movies out there that have gotten.
Oh yes, there's
69% on
audience score
Okay.
69%. So the audience is sort of relating to the
relating
movie.
to the movie.
That's all I want.
Yeah, that's what I want. I
Yeah,
don't care
yeah.
about. Oh, it didn't have this in it or blah blah. Like what some critic thinks. That's like a food critic eating something. You don't know how to cook. Why do you you don't know how to direct? You shouldn't get to critique. I don't care what you think.
Yeah.
I
Right,
will
I-
judge it for myself.
Right. So I have all the faith in the world in Colin Trevorrow. I love all his comments. He really sounds like he's gonna take this ninth movie and really flesh out characters in an emotional type of way. And
Well, yeah, I also have a lot of faith in Kathleen Kennedy, and I have faith in Lucasfilms,
Right.
and I have faith in the writers of Star Wars movies, and and Pablo Hidalgo and people like that who are creative people that have to come in and friggin' make sure it's up to snuff the way they want it, and all the creative people at Lucasfilms. That's why I don't have a problem.
right, and I think Colin Trevorrow wants to be
Yeah.
a part of that,
Yeah.
so he's willing to play ball. I think. you know?
He's not going to be like these guys that try to do the Han Solo and just try to do their own thing. I think he's wanting to do it and
Right,
do justice to
He's
it.
done big budget movies that made a lot of money at the box office, like Jurassic World.
Okay,
He directed
yeah,
that
yeah.
movie.
So I think we're fine.
And also, let's talk about the little tiny moment that he told Ryan Johnson to do in The Last Jedi. What do you...
Yeah, he had him do something in that movie. We don't know what it
Right,
was.
It's not even a scene.
Now, it's not an entire scene, it's just one moment,
Yeah.
a tiny moment, but maybe between two characters,
So
Yeah.
so it's something he could do into his film,
Build on.
off into
Right.
his film. So I love when they do that because just like is it Ryan Johnson?
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson did with
J.J.
J. Abrams. He's like, I need you to do this. What was it? It was the Luke
I know, I need you to put R2-D2 with
on the-
Chewie and
Ray,
Ray, and not BB-8.
not BB-8.
Yeah.
Flop that.
Leave BB-8 with Poe.
I
And
I
put
love
R2.
that because it's just it shows that even, the directors and everything and the writers, they're just this big community
Yeah,
of
they're
people
like
who communicate with each other.
and want to go. Oh, no, yeah, I can do that for you, man. I'll
Right.
definitely do that
Yeah.
and
It's,
throw it down.
so I'm excited to see, what he asked him to do.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
I
see if
mean,
you
like,
can even
yeah.
pick it out.
Yeah,
Like
see
when
if
we
you can-
see
Well,
episode 8.
I'm
Once
sure.
you see episode 9, you'll be able to...
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You might be able
Who
to
knows
figure
if
it
you'll
out.
be able to tell watching just
It could-
episode
yeah,
8. It could be anything.
It could be like
But-
the start of a relationship. It could,
hopefully,
something like-
once 8's out, he'll come out and tell us what he had him do. I'm sure he will.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it'll get out there after the movie comes out.
Yeah, I'm
what
sure.
he had him change.
Yeah, and
Just-
I
So,
just that I don't know.
I can't wait
It's
till
it's funny because
December.
Right, I'm so excited for this movie.
hearing that just for some reason hearing him talk about it gives me a warm fuzzy feeling. I'm like, oh man, this one feels like is gonna be just such a happy, but yet a very emotional journey.
Yeah,
in
ninth
this
movie
movie.
sounds like it might be a very like Return of the Jedi.
Right, a
Yeah.
lot to deal with.
a lot to deal with, and a lot more emotion.
Yeah,
Right, a lot for the characters to deal with on an emotional level instead of a physical.
Yeah,
Level,
like I said, like in Return of the Jedi, where
And-
you have the love story.
Yeah.
the finally the budding love story and interests of Han Solo and Princess Leia, and then you have the father-son dynamic of Luke and Vader having to work through their issues.
Right.
So there's a lot of
Yeah.
emotional stuff going on there.
And also just how Colin Trevorrow talks about it, you can just tell he's very passionate about it.
Yeah,
Like, he's extremely passionate
yeah,
about
and
it.
he's really excited to do it. So
Yeah.
that makes me even more confident that it's
yeah,
going to be.
I just love to hear him also
No
talk
problems.
about the other things in that piece was talking about, using different locations for the
Oh,
sets
yeah,
and
the
stuff.
island. In Ireland,
Right,
yeah.
and just how, like, you want it to look lived in and, look familiar, but look,
Different.
off-worldly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of curious.
Like
That
Alien.
he's talking about that island in Ireland. That means it's not just going to be in this 8th movie. It's going to be rolled into the 9th movie
Yeah.
somehow,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if he's
Yeah.
talking about it, why would he talk about Ireland and that island, or is he
Right.
just talking about it in general as Star Wars itself? I don't know.
It could be as just Star Wars itself.
So
It'd be interesting to see
see
what
if-
locations he uses.
Uses, yeah. I'm
His
like,
movie.
and then Last Jedi. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, we've seen a little bit of trailers, so we know a little bit of where they are. They're definitely on the island and that kind of stuff. But yeah, where else they go? That's what I love about Star Wars, because you just don't know where else in the universe,
Yeah, what
in
other
the galaxy.
system they're going to
going
go
to,
to.
Yeah. Ugh. So excited.
I can't wait till December.
I've already took the time off work.
Already scheduled that
I've
off.
scheduled those 2 days, Thursday and Friday.
I have. I don't work
I'm gonna see
Thursdays
it on
and Fridays, so I
Thursday.
don't have to worry about it.
And then I'm going to see you again on Friday.
Oh, yeah. All right,
I'll buy my
so
tickets the minute they come on sale.
that was all for news from around the galaxy. Now we go on to Tashi Toy Box, and we talk about the new pictures for the Forces of Destiny figures, the writer of the series, and the shorts, and how she discusses her overall vision for the series. So first, let's just talk about the trailer that we looked at of
Yeah,
that
because
series.
a
'cause
trailer was released before
Yeah.
I wrote these show notes.
Yeah. So, what you guys
Or
think of the,
after I wrote these show notes.
what you guys think of the trailer for it?
It looks good. I mean, it's very Star Wars, Clone Wars, the
movie?
The movie.
The 2005, well, the miniseries.
The animation
Yeah.
is that style. And what I saw in that trailer,
Right, I'm excited just to learn more about these,
characters.
characters and or heroines.
Yeah, because what you got, there's a scene in there where it shows Princess Leia and Sabine. So Sabine doesn't die at Scarif if she's even there.
Right, if she's in there, she's gone back to Mandalore. But they do meet in Rebels.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
because
so.
Leia does meet up with them for like 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So yeah, but you see that there's a scene in there where looks like they're together though after they get the Death Star plan.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
Because
she
she
sends
holds, she's
some
got
sort
that.
of like data.
It looks like
tapes.
that ding data tape that
Right,
was.
so
Who knows? So there's that. Do you know how long these are gonna be?
I don't have no idea.
They might be as long, because these are like... Because, this is just a bunch of little mini episodes all stacked together, because they came out, like, one by one, like, weekly on Cartoon Network, like, late at night. I remember, because when
the
I was
Clone
really
Wars,
young...
the movie?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not really a movie, it's more just like a mini series all packed into a movie.
one movie.
Yeah, and like they these are like 15 minutes each. So
Yeah, I bet they're even shorter.
I'm thinking
Yeah.
they're gonna be more like 10.
10
7 to
8
10,
to
7 to
10,
10 minutes.
6 to 10.
Somewhere in there.
speaking of which, we said that there was never a dogfight in anything Star Wars. This actually does have a dogfight between Ventress and Anakin.
Oh, yeah?
I forgot about that.
But so there's gonna be what? There's a Ahsoka, a Tanu. There's gonna be a Rey,
Jyn Erso,
Jyn Erso.
Princess Leia. There's going to be
Sabine.
Looks like she'll be in there. They said
Ahsoka.
Maz Kanata.
Yeah.
There was. Yeah, they showed that.
Ahsoka,
They have,
Tano.
and they actually they got all the
Did he say?
well
already?
except for Carrie Fisher, they got all the ladies to come back and do the voices.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So you have Daisy Ridley. You have.
And it looks like they got Hayden Christensen
Felicity
to come back and
Jones.
do Anakin's voice.
Oh really?
Am I right? I
he
thought
in
I
there?
saw him. I thought I saw him. In the...
Oh, they're doing Padme too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Padme's going to be in there.
Padme.
I
So
wonder if they got Natalie Portman or
Probably
not.
not.
Probably not. Might be.
probably got the same one they got for Clone Wars.
Yeah, the
It's
animated-
the same-
animated series.
same
They might have
Yeah.
done that for Anakin too.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I bet they
that
do.
guy does pretty well. That guy does a really good job in them.
He does sound like Hayden Christensen.
Yeah,
a
he
little
sounds
bit,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
the guy whoever does Obi-Wan. He's almost spot
awesome.
on.
Ewan McGregor, like holy.
Yeah,
It's like, is that Ewan McGregor?
Yeah, you almost think it is.
Yeah.
But then they also got some new photos of the packaging and the actual toys themselves.
Yeah, there's
And
Ray.
there's all these people. You know, I'm sure there's some people out there that think they're closer to a not Barbie. I don't want to say Barbie doll, but you know, more. It's definitely girl oriented. But I'm going to be buying them.
Right,
They're going in my collection.
They're on the doll
The doll
side more than the all plastic, because they
Lego
got
with his-
real hair and they
Yeah.
have the real cloth clothing. They're not like action figures where it's all plastic.
Yeah.
They have a
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
more
you get a
depth and textures and
Yeah, and they're
stuff like
bigger,
that.
yeah.
Right.
So we're looking at the one of Princess Leia right now, and it looks like she's going to be in her indoor gear.
But you can also change it out. See,
Right.
she has
That's her dress that she wears after the Ewoks capture her.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
capture her, but Wicket takes her to their thing. That's what she's wearing when she comes out to try to get everybody else
Right.
released. That's the other outfit in the case
Yeah.
there.
These are
And they
our
actually have a
friends.
Wicket too.
Yeah, you can get a Wicket alongside.
And it looks like it's got a little bow and arrow for Wicket.
Yeah.
And his staff or spear.
His little spear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
and
helmet right
these
there.
are definitely oriented towards girls, but they're definitely going in my collection because
I'm
I
buying
think
all of them,
I think they look great.
Yeah,
And
they
then you
look
have Ray and her outfit on
Yeah, or Jakku.
her Jakku outfit.
old band.
You have Sabine with the helmet and
the
the blue hair.
doing. She can. It looks like she can do a spin attack.
Yeah,
move.
they have some action.
Action, yeah, some
poses.
some of the old ninja grip stuff that she used to get back in the day.
Or yeah,
or
where
ninja
you,
kicks.
Or
squeeze
yeah,
it.
when you or they had the
You
little
squeeze
lever
their
on their
legs and
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little lever on their
Their
back,
back
and their
and
arms would
there's a
swing.
swing, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like in this one they squeeze their legs and her torso twists.
Yeah,
Is that the only three they have? Is Ray?
yeah,
and
that's the
Sabine?
only three
and-
that
that they're showing.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure
that are there.
there should be a Jin or so. There should be a
Sokatano.
Sokatano. Oh, Jay's looking.
I'm definitely
getting
looking
that
forward to
one.
that one.
and there should
And
be a
Ray.
Padme.
And there should be a Padme and probably a Maz Kanata.
And I
Maybe.
know there's going to be a Chewbacca.
Oh, really? They're doing. They're throwing out some other guy.
Yeah, like some.
male characters.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet. I'm looking forward to that.
BB-8.
Maybe here's what I think. So Maz Kanata, I think they're gonna use her. She's gonna be in every opening and ending of every short, and she's telling the stories of them.
I don't know. I think we're
That's
gonna.
what I think.
I think we're gonna find out how she got the
Lightsaber
lightsaber.
in
Oh.
the short.
In these little shorts. It's a
Maybe.
good time for a story. Like when they show in the trailer.
A story for another time.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, maybe Dallon's right too, though. She'll do that, but then she'll also be maybe the last one.
Like
that
the
they do.
narrator.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
She'll be like the narrator.
Or she'll be
all the
one of
shorts.
them of
Yeah.
the shorts. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
that-
see.
That could be.
There.
But they come out July 3rd, so it's
it's
next week.
And the first
on
one comes
YouTube.
on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
The first-
Disney's YouTube channel is when they come on first.
And how many episodes are going on that?
I don't know if it's just a couple, 2 or 3, and then they'll
They'll
get
go-
on the July 9th. They'll have them on the on Disney Channel.
Disney Channel. Okay, I gotta set
On
my
TV.
DVR for that.
Yeah.
And in non-related to this, well, in still toy news, I finally found some of the 6-inch black figures on the
All the
on the
classic
on
card.
the classic card back, man. I've been looking forever. I finally found some
Nice.
at a Walmart the other day, and I picked them all 4 of them up that I didn't have.
Nice find. Well, speaking about toys, I went into Target, the closest one that we live to, and turned the corner to go down the aisle, and I got super excited because the shelves were full, and I could see old Force Awakens ones and Rogue One ones, and
Mixed together. Yeah,
each peg was stacked to the back, and all of them were full. And I'm like, oh man, they have to have
you hit it just on the right day
hit the
when
jackpot.
they just
I hit
friggin'
the right day. They're gonna have the ones I'm missing from Force Awakens, and they're gonna have the Rogue ones. Nothing.
nothing.
I have all of them.
You got the fool's gold.
Oh, it was full.
But
of
at
gold
least
for
you
sure.
got the opportunity, because some
mean,
places
I
I go and there's nothing. Oh, well, I was doing that through the Hot Wheels ones because the Walmart I go to stocks them Hot Wheels all the time. There's always 6 rows of them, and I gotta dig through every single one looking. But I can't. I still have yet to find a Jabba the Hutt for you, and I can't find the dang.
That Jabba the Hutt is.
I
eluding
found
me.
I found one, and I have it.
Right.
But
I found one too. The box was horrible, so I
so
had to
you
let it go.
you passed it up, and then I'm still looking for my Royal Guard, my Imperial Royal Guard one. So So, toy hunting it's fun, but it's also very frustrating.
So fun and so frustrating at the same time.
Now we go on to my show, Gaming with Gamorreans. So, possible plot details for the upcoming Visceral Star Wars game is out. I only have one thing to say about this. I am so freaking ready for this game. Just hearing the rumors of the plot, I'm like, this sounds like
pure rumors, but
Yeah,
hopefully
but I'm
some of it
Yeah, these
is
are
true.
unofficial reports.
This sounds like an Uncharted Star Wars adventure game that can very easily turn into a franchise like Uncharted did. Like, I can see this turning into a franchise easily.
Yep.
And, like, just the stuff with Dodger. I think Dodger's already been confirmed that is going to be the main character's name.
I think so.
And that's how he got his name and such. Is that
by
he
dodged the stormtrooper draft? Or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah.
The Imperial draft.
The Imperial Draft. Which I love that. I love that that's how he got his name, was that he dodged it. And I just like that, if the rumors are true, I like the fact that he's an Alderaanian.
Yeah, he's
Like-
from Alderaan.
It's from Alderaan, yes.
Yeah.
So he was on a list. Because if you read the Princess Leia comic book, there was a list formulated for that they would try to pretty much kill and silence all the Alderaan natives who weren't on the planet when it blew up. Like, there was a list of...
Man, that'd be hard to do nowadays because everybody's, there's so many.
Yeah, they just look at travel logs and stuff,
Yeah, I
like
guess,
who's not supposed to be on planet, who was on planet. I mean, I'm guessing that's how Empire would go about doing it. Because you probably have to file flight plans.
That's probably a lot of people you had to hunt down.
Right.
Bounty hunt, send out some bounty hunters.
Right,
Yeah.
So maybe if
he's
this,
from Alderaan.
if the rumors are true and he's from Alderaan, maybe he's going to have some run-ins with bounty hunters trying to hunt him down.
Maybe those are going to be some boss fights in the game.
Maybe
Against
the bounty hunters that
some
are
bounty
after.
hunters are after him. And
And-
each one of them, you have to defeat each one of them differently. Now, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what the end goal is gonna be, really. Like, I guess just survive, or run away, but, I don't know. Like, that's the one thing I'm like, what is the end goal for him going to be? Is it just gonna be, to
Because
protect...
it's not like what's
Maybe
Uncharted.
to,
it's like
earn his...
looking for a treasure or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Uncharted
Maybe
is?
That's what Uncharted
earn
is.
enough money to pay off these... Because they said that there was some Imperials that weren't, necessarily
that could be
going by the
bribed,
book. Right? He
That
could
he
bribe
could
Yeah,
take
yeah.
his name off the list
I mean, maybe
to get his freedom. Maybe
for this first game, maybe that's the end goal, is to get
Yeah.
the name off the list.
Yeah. So, I'm wondering, who the main baddie's gonna be. So, maybe there's gonna be some kind of admiral or something like that. Or,
some
some
imperial
higher up.
some imperial task force that's
Someone
out
that's
there
been tasked
to
to
find
find
all people from Alderaan.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
commander, and he's got his own guys that he's out there hunting you down, looking
Yeah.
for you.
Now, I'm very excited because of his, arsenal, his rumored arsenal, which is gonna be a light whip, which is one of my favorite, Star Wars things, and I'm so glad that they're bringing it back into canon, because it used to be just in Legends, though I think they're gonna change it up a little bit. I don't think it's gonna be the same as it was in Legends.
They'll probably change
Because
it.
light whip was actually a lightsaber
No,
that
I-
was a whip.
Yeah,
Like,
I think this is more. It's gonna be able to grab a hold of somebody,
More
and hold them,
electrify
more
or-
electrify.
Yeah,
like the staffs that the one guys use with the Count Dooku, or not Count Dooku, but with Grievous.
Yeah, Grievous'
More of-
guards.
More
Yeah.
of the ability to just zap you and shock you or
'em.
something,
yeah.
and not slice through you and cut you in half.
Right.
And then
That'd be too easy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can see this definitely turning into a very dark story. More mature story.
Yeah.
Filled with, because they said, characters turn on each other, and there's betrayals and everything like that, and the
Right.
rumored
Yeah, and of
plot
course these are
things.
all just rumors,
Yep.
so this could
Yep.
be all nothing. This could just be our hopes.
Right.
Our
Right,
hopes and dreams.
Well, I know the bounty hunter stuff is hopes and dreams.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't read anything about that. We're just speculating
We're just
now.
speculating.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
but-
all just what we kind of hope would happen.
Because I remember way back in one of our earlier episodes, okay, there's a secret third Star Wars game. And I'm like, it's freaking Battlefront 3. I know EA, it's gonna be Battlefront 3. EA, you surprised me by putting in an actual story-based game. And like, just don't overload it with DLC, please. Just don't.
The only thing I'm always worry about is I'm not a big EA fan.
No.
They usually destroy stuff instead of make it better.
Let's just hope that, like, since you got
they're
the
good
writer,
at Madden, that's about it.
you got the writer.
Sports games.
Yeah, you got the writer for Uncharted.
So that helps.
Yeah, you got. Hopefully, they got some more people from Uncharted to do some stuff, because Uncharted is a game series that doesn't have much DLC. It doesn't really. It like maybe some extra missions and stuff,
Right.
like an extra storyline. But other than that, you don't really get much in the way of DLC when it comes to Uncharted, and that's why I love those games. It's because I get a completed game on launch date instead of like, because I saw this really good like picture where it's like gaming back then, and it's like the whole Mona Lisa or whatever.
Mona Lisa, yeah.
Yeah, the whole Mona Lisa painting. Gaming now, and it's like just her mouth, and then like all the rest of the pieces to Mona Lisa are off to the side, and it's DLC. Yeah.
All downloadable content.
You're not getting the whole picture. You have to pay for it piece by piece.
Yeah, it's more like a puzzle.
Or the burger with like only the lettuce and like the meat and cheese is all.
You
gotta
wait for that later.
Yeah, and so just please don't overrun it with DLC. Just don't.
Yeah. Oh.
But other than that, I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, it sounds good. And I have, I like Uncharted and the way it looks. So to get something similar to that would be really sweet.
I hope there's no, depends on how they do them, like mini games. Like the ship fly, like maybe there would be like some dog fighting. I don't know.
Oh,
something like that.
The game within the game kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Games that these games have nowadays.
Because I mean, like Uncharted had like horseback riding and vehicle sections that you had to do every once in a while, but
like Halo did back in the day.
Yeah, and so yeah, just be careful where you tread with those ones. That would be kind of cool though to have like a speeder bike section or something like that where you're like chasing each other through somewhere on like a track course on speeder bikes. Because that was one of the best parts in Uncharted 3 was the horseback ride where you're like chasing down cars on horseback and you're like jumping from car to horse to car to horse and stuff. So who knows? It could be really good.
And I'll throw this out there again. I still want a Elder Scroll type game, but Star Wars.
An open
universe, and that you can jump from planet to planet.
Hey man, Bethesda. It's an idea for you.
Well, it's Lucasfilms or Lucasfilms
and
Disney. They've got to go
contact Bethesda.
And I'm gonna every time we do this segment, that's always what I want. Is just I want an Elder Scroll type Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
I'll just leave it at that.
Yep. Alright, so a little bit of extra chatter. Do you want to ask your question, Jay?
Sure, I was, we have a little extra time, so we were thinking of some questions earlier. And my question was, of the Rogue One characters who, perished on Scarif, which one would you want to see actually survive and move through, maybe to another adventure or to other movies?
Yeah. Should I start with me?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Probably Bodhi. I would have really liked to see Bodhi make it out okay. Because I mean, it was I like that he was kind of a traitor to the Empire. He was just a shuttle pilot, but he decided to do what was right, and he decided to kind of go and get the plans and all that, and he was Galen's Galen's insider. He was kind of his agent that he sent out to go tell Saw about it and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I really like Bodhi because he was, he's kind of the character that everybody kind of hates on.
He's like the unsung hero.
Yeah, because
he's the guy that got the information out initially, so that they could figure out that there was something. We got some problems here.
Yeah.
we're gonna get our butts handed to us if we don't take care of
But
it.
he's an Imperial, so everybody on that ship kind of hates him and kind of resents him. I think,
or doesn't necessarily trust him.
Yeah. I think Cassian calls him he kind of demeans him a couple times throughout the movie. And he was just always my favorite character in Rogue One, Bodhi was. So, yeah. That's...
like, when they're in the prison at Saw Gerrera's place, I mean, Baze
wants to kill him
that's
right,
right away. Once he finds out he was an Imperial pilot.
Yeah.
He's ready to take him out.
Yeah, and...
Chirrut had to talk him down.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and
Jyn.
So, yeah, for me...
Or was it Jyn?
Cassian had to talk him down, like, wait, what, pilot? So, he had to go over there and
that's right.
I really like Bodhi because he had the second chance to do the right thing. And to be a hero. And I love Bodhi.
And maybe just go on and be part of the rebellion after that.
Yeah. And, he knows a lot about, shuttle ships.
And then maybe just jumps back in and starts doing that again, doing, almost smuggling type runs for the Republic, or for the rebellion.
Yeah. If you were to say who my second one would be, it'd be Cassian. Because I really like Cassian.
Yeah.
And he was another one that kind of, he decided to do the right thing. And in the end.
Right.
Mine's kind of one that I don't know, it's a little more off the wall, but I wouldn't mind seeing Krennic make it off the planet. Just so maybe he could get some revenge on friggin' Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah.
For basically stealing his creation and making it his own. There could have been a great dynamic there of him turning against the Empire or something, and becoming more of a I'm gonna take this guy. I'm not take down the Empire, but I'm gonna take this guy down because he's pissed me off.
So maybe he joins the rebellion for his own selfish reasons,
or not even that.
Just goes rogue on
himself.
Goes
rogue by himself, just trying to get revenge on Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, that's the wrong
one. And then for my secondary one, like down through in there just at the last minute, would have been K2SO.
K2SO.
Because it would have been cool to see him go on and be part of the rebellion later on.
He was another, Imperial turd.
For me, it would be Baze Malbus. I would love to have seen him somehow, get cover or, take shelter on the planet somehow and survive.
Yeah.
And, because he kind of found himself again.
Yeah.
At that moment when Chirrut dies, he really finds, and believes in what he used to believe in. And I would love to see him, go on and do his own thing. Not necessarily join the rebellion, but maybe go and find another temple to protect.
Yeah.
And do that kind of stuff and, try to reset up the Guardians of the Wills. And do that kind of stuff. It could have been an animated series, or just a...
even one of those those little shorts,
right.
Even maybe not that short, but maybe 4 or 5 episodes, or maybe a comic book.
Right, even in a
that's
comic
probably
book,
would have been a real great spot to put him. Would have been in a comic book.
Just
5 or 6
and
comics.
He would have to deal with that
loss
of Chirrut all the time, and I just think it would have been a really...
Hey, do you think Chirrut would have come back as a Force ghost?
Actually, I don't think it was that strong in the Force.
No, he just used it that one little time. Yeah, you have to, if you remember, Qui-Gon Jinn, he had to learn it.
Yeah.
And then Yoda had to go learn it, so...
Right.
Not to spoil anything, but you did...
Yoda had to teach Obi-Wan.
Yeah, so...
How to do it.
Yeah, that was definitely... You had
how
to
did
have
Anakin
the Force.
learn it?
I don't know.
No, we don't.
Maybe the Emperor taught him.
Or maybe Qui-Gon could communicate with Anakin, the Anakin part.
Of Darth Vader? Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Because he was his first...
That's an interesting question.
Right.
you stumble onto another question. But
secondarily, I would have to say Saw Gerrera. I mean...
Yeah, because they didn't build his character at all, really.
Right.
I mean, they built it in Clone Wars a little bit. But it would have been nice to have even
I would like
more
to
of
have seen him get off Jeddah and not die there.
Yeah.
And get off Jeddah and then just have to go out again on his own and sort of build up his little team, and maybe he's... But yeah, just to get a little bit... We're going to learn more about him, especially in Season 4 of Rebels.
Yeah.
We'll get some more insight into his character, so Saw would have been my second choice.
Yeah, cool. So I like how we all picked different guys.
Yeah, everybody picked
something we all picked someone different. I'm surprised that nobody said Jyn.
I think Jyn had to die.
Yeah.
I think
it was the sacrifice. Yeah.
Right. I mean, her mother died trying to the Empire, and Galen died
See, that's
going
Defying
against
the
the Empire,
Empire.
See,
and
yeah.
she died. And
that's why I love like Rogue One so much. It's a bunch of people who've done wrong in their lives doing the right thing. Like I just love that, you know.
yeah,
Yeah,
it started
and
down
that theme.
the wrong path. At the
And some of
beginning.
them still doing, questionable stuff to survive.
Yeah.
But for the greater
for the cause,
for
right?
the cause.
Yeah, like, you know,
Like Cassian killed that one guy and
Because he
Yeah.
knew that guy couldn't get away, and
Would.
that guy would probably spilled the beans.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he had to. Yeah.
When he was interrogated, he had to kill him. I mean, he had no choice.
I mean,
The
Mhm.
guy was injured; he couldn't climb the wall.
Jen was just recently in prison, so she had to been doing
Right.
well. Of course, if doing stuff against the Empire. It's not the that you're doing bad, but
yeah.
it's just,
Her way of doing things was very brash and very
Yeah.
like explosive. So that's why.
so yeah. But it was more of a collection of misfits
Yeah.
that
Who banded
banded
together.
together
Yeah.
and did the right thing.
I'm pretty sure that's pretty much how the rebellion started. You look at rebels as sort of like a band of misfits. You got Hera and just on
Yeah,
that cartoon,
Yeah.
And Sabine.
Sabine, and you got Kanan, the lost Padawan.
Which,
know,
by
and
the way, did they ever...
Zeb, the
Did-
last of his kind.
Yeah, did they ever explain, like, why Sabine's name is so similar to Satine?
Mm-mm.
No? I was wondered, like, is she, like, a descendant of hers, or
I don't know.
something? Plot twist. Oh, she's actually Obi-Wan and Satine's secret child. I don't know. No. But yeah, Satine was always one of my favorite characters in Clone
That
Wars.
story arc with her and Obi-Wan is good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's
cartoon.
a really good arc.
All right, so I guess that's gonna wrap it up, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. For the 10th episode.
Hey.
Going to double
Double
digits. Yeah, you go.
We're doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're going way past where the movies are now.
Yes, and we ventured into territory not explored by the movies.
Going into wild space. But I hope that you all enjoyed this wonderful 10th episode. This is definitely more of a relaxed, laid back, just kind of, just chatting episode, which I really like always doing these. So, Jay, where can people find you?
As always, you can find me on Instagram. Let's see, which one is that one? At JWilson by Design. And you can find me at Twitter at JBird51. That's just the letter J, BIRD 51.
And I don't do social media, so you can find me right here on this podcast.
Yep.
And I guest start on Spiels to Reels.
Yes. You can find me on Spiels to Reels. It's a podcast that I do with my sister. We do basically everything, movies,
Books.
pop culture.
Pop
Basically,
culture, yeah.
it's all pop culture. And then, except for music, we don't do music. And then I also do a gaming channel named Major Glitterix, Glitterix, with Major at the front. I don't know why I spell it out, because the link is down in the description below. On
I
every
was
single
gonna ask
episode.
one time. Why don't you just put it in the
Yeah,
description?
yeah, I don't know why I spell it out. The link is down in the description. But I do gameplay videos, and I do walkthroughs, and I try to be funny. What can you do?
Yeah,
But
it's better not
Do-
trying to be funny.
Or do not. There is
Just
no
don't
try.
try. There you go.
yeah, but I haven't been recording recently, but I'm getting back into it.
But once the Star Wars games come out, then they'll definitely have.
I'll have content to
I'm
come
so
up
out
with.
of touch. Aside from the Star Wars games coming out, I have no
No
idea what's out there. Video game.
Oh,
wise.
man.
For consoles, me neither.
There's so many good video games coming out soon that I'm so excited for. But yeah, you can find me there, and also a Facebook page, which I hardly ever post on, but I need to start posting on that under the same name. And yeah, that wraps it up. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Take care.
Signing out.